awful, awful system. It is detrimental on the lives of these people. It does have a disproportionate impact on First Nations communities. And despite all the promises that have been made, Centre Alliance is now just allowing the government to do what they want. The member for Mayo, Rebecca Sharkey, is quickly being known as someone who you just can't trust. Can't trust her word on anything. Centre Alliance say one thing in Adelaide and another thing in Canberra. They say one thing on Monday and do another thing on Wednesday night. Their word is useless. They don't tell the truth when it comes to what their agenda is. They don't disclose the deals they do with this government. And they come into this place and purport to argue for transparency and accountability. Their word is mud. You can't trust them, you shouldn't vote for them, and they should not be protected.
Senator Hanson-Young, please resume your seat. Senator Hanson.
I think by calling Rebecca Sharkey as a member of the lower house gutless and you can't trust them, and I think that is unparliamentary. She's not here to defend herself, and I think that should not be allowed. And I think that she should withdraw her remarks.
Thank you, Senator Hanson. I have been listening very carefully, and Senator Hanson-Young has not said anything that's unparliamentary, but it's a good occasion to remind everyone in this debate to be respectful. Thank you. Senator Hanson-Young, please continue.
South Australians who are concerned about the impact that the expansion of the cashless welfare card will have on communities, not just in Ceduna but around the country, will be disgusted tonight to find out that the member for Mayo and Senator Sterling Griff, that Centre Alliance have done a deal with the government at their expense. South Australians who believed that this political party would tell the truth, would stand up to the government of the day, would hold them to account, have just been sadly let down. And they don't even have the guts to come in and say what it is that they're going to do. Centre Alliance tonight have shown that they are gutless. They're up for pathetic deals with the Morrison government, and they simply cannot be trusted.
Senator Dodson.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. Minister, you said that you've had a technical working group and you've fixed the technical problems. Well, you said you fixed them. What's the suite of options that will be available to someone at Bulgo in Western Australia for the use of the suite of things that you've fixed now? And secondly, what's the cost? What's been the cost of this working group in fixing the technical problems?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Senator Dodson. Well, the cashless debit card works at all shops that have an EFTPOS facility, both physical ones and those online. And so, the technological advances that have been undertaken under the working group have been around things like product-level blocking. So, for instance, if when the product-level blocking technology is rolled out, we're currently trialling it in a number of places around Australia, and we'd be pleased to know that it's working particularly well, which will actually mean that if somebody is using their card and they went into what we refer to as a mixed merchant, and they sought, so that a mixed merchant being somebody that sells prohibited products as well as all of the other products, then they would actually still be able to use their card at the terminal, because the terminal and the technology that exists would actually differentiate between a product that was allowable and a product that wasn't allowable. Another technological advance is the tap and pay, which means that many people, I admit not all people, but many people have mobile phones, the ability to have the technology embedded into their phone so that they can tap and pay and don't actually have to carry the card. But one of the most important technological advances is that you can actually use your cashless debit card to be able to buy purchases online. So even if you were in a remote community, obviously one with internet reception, Senator Dodson, you could actually use your phone or other devices to make purchases online. So we will continue to work with the card to the extent that we are able to make the card operate exactly the same way, with no discernible difference from any other debit card that would be in yours or my wallet here tonight, with the exception that through the product level blocking mechanism, that the prohibited items of alcohol and gambling products would not be able to be purchased on the card.
Senator Dodson? Yeah.
My second question was, what's the cost? What's it cost you to do this?
Minister.
Yeah. Senator Dodson, the maximum cost per person of the cashless debit card over a 12-month period is $820.
Sorry.
Senator McCarthy. Senator Dodson.
I may not have been clear, Minister. What has it cost you to get that technical adjustments with the banks and the Australian Post Office and whomever else were on the technical working group?
Minister.
Senator Dodson, I can advise that the cost has been around $3 million for the development of all technologies that relate to this, which include working with the product level blocking, the pilot of doing that, the cloud-based activities, as well as multiple issuer feasibility study. And I'd just like to reinforce that to you, and I think I mentioned it to a question from someone else on the other side, is that the work to do the multiple issuer, at the moment, Inju is the only issuer of the cashless debit card. What we're seeking to do is to have a situation where the person has the choice of who they would like to have as their issuer. So if they happen to be banking with Westpac, then Westpac would be the issuer of the card. But I advised the chamber earlier that we are already into discussions and have signed an agreement in discussions with the traditional credit union in the Northern Territory, who are very keen to be able to provide this service to their people. But I also would put on the record the extraordinary amount of investment that we have received in the technological advances from organisations like the banks, like some of the technology providers, and also some philanthropic institutions who have also put their time and money in to support the development of this really quite state-of-the-art and advanced technology that we have been working on in this working group. Senator Dodson.
Senator McCarthy.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I think it's important as we come to towards the conclusion of a kind of farcical debate here, is that in terms of the comments by Senator Hanson-Young, which I certainly agree with, I want to put on the record the absolute disappointment of the people of the Northern Territory, to not even hear from the minister in terms of which organisations you've spoken to in the last few hours in order to get this amendment through, and in order to obviously get the deal through that you've done with Centre Alliance, as we've heard from Senator Lambie as well, on the fact that you have been doing that. I think it's an absolute disgrace that the people of the Northern Territory cannot get the answers from you in relation to that conversation, that deal that you've made. And it's also an absolute disgrace on the part of Centre Alliance for not have had the courage of their conviction, if this is what they truly believed was the way they were going to always go, to really address this Senate and, in particular, talk to the people of the Northern Territory. I have thanked Senator Patrick and Senator Lambie for taking the time to visit the Northern Territory and listen to people and also respond to them directly in what they were thinking and planning to do. Rebecca Sharkey MP in the lower house was also invited to come to the Northern Territory, and she did take up that offer. She took up that offer and last minute was unable to come, however she sent her staff. And again, the people of the Northern Territory were very thankful for that and spent the time over a week, along with Senator Lambie, to talk to the Tungunjira Council, the council that is responsible for the town camps around Alice Springs, to talk to the Tungunjira women and the women's group. So not Senator Lambie, Rebecca Sharkey's staff were a part of that. And also then to travel. We went out to the Western Macs, out to the communities, and so through the representation of Rebecca Sharkey's staff, the people of the Northern Territory, in particular Central Australia, were able to express directly their absolute concerns about the cashless debit card. So it is an absolutely deeply disappointing and a complete betrayal of the people of the Northern Territory by Centre Alliance. There has been no discussion, no respect in conversation to even bring this as something that Centre Alliance was going to do. Now, people may say, that's politics. But what it really says, more than anything, is how desperate this government is. How desperate this government is to keep a failed policy, one that has proven no evidence that it actually works. And the minister yourself has stood up tonight and talked about anecdotal evidence. Well, we can all say that. But what we expected in this Senate was a far greater depth of respect of that evidence coming forward. And like the cowards that you are, you've scurried off, and you've made the deals, and you haven't even talked to the people of the Northern Territory, Minister. You haven't even said who you've spoken to in the last few hours in order to bring this amendment, this last-minute amendment, into the Senate. So I pick up on your interjection. You haven't spoken to the people of the Northern Territory in the last few hours when this amendment came forward. You haven't been sitting in here, so you don't even know what you're talking about. So I'd settle down over there. It is terrible, deeply disappointing, but I do thank Senator Rex Patrick and Senator Lambie for the dignity and the respect in which you've shown to the people of the Northern Territory.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Chair. I have a question for the minister, but before doing so, I'd like to address a comment that Senator Wong made. Now, I have a lot of respect for Senator Wong's ability, but she referred, as I understand it, to Senator McCarthy as a representative of the First Peoples. Now, I see Senator McCarthy as a gracious, committed person, a very considered person, but I don't see her as a representative of the First Peoples. I see her as a representative of the people of the Northern Territory. I see her the same way as I see Senator McMahon as a representative of the Northern Territory, and I've dealt with both, and they're both strong representatives of their people. That's the way I see them. I don't see a skin colour. I see the passion for their people that they represent. Minister, is it natural for a trial to be refined as experience is gained, to find more effective solutions?
Minister.
Thank you very much, and can I just thank senators in the chamber for their contributions on this very important bill, and acknowledge the diversity of views that have been expressed in the time that we have had through our second reading speeches today, and this evening in our debate
Thank you,
on
Minister.
the bill.
The time for this debate has expired. I was led to understand that Senator Lambie was seeking leave, but if not, I will... Senator Lambie, are you seeking leave? Senator Lambie.
Sorry, thank you.
Order, please. Order.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I move that items 1 to 6 to 15, 17 to 49 and parts 2, 3 of Schedule 1 stand as printed.
So, Senator Lambie, I understood you were seeking leave to withdraw amendments.
No, I won't be. I'm withdrawing. I'll be withdrawing from sheet 1173 the amendments 1, 4 and 5 on sheet 1173 as circulated in the chamber, but I will be going through with the other amendment that I have.
Okay, thank
If
you.
that's
We'll
okay.
deal with that
Thank
when we
you.
get to that then.
Thank you.
So, Senators, the time allotted for debate on the bill has expired. In accordance with the resolution agreed earlier today, I will now put the questions on the remaining stages of the bill. I will deal with the First Amendment 1 on sheet TK 264, moved by Senator Ruston. The question is that items 3 and 4 of Schedule 1 stand as printed. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Against? I believe the noes have it. Division required. Whips, are we ringing the bells for 4 minutes? 4 minutes. Thank you. Stop the bells. So the question is that items 3 and 4 on Schedule 1 stand as printed. The ayes shall move to the right of the chair, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator Urquhart as teller for the ayes and Senator Davey as teller for the noes. Thank you, Anne. Order. There being 32 ayes and 35 noes, the matter is resolved in the negative. It is my intention, Senators, if further divisions are required, that we'll only ring the bell for 1 minute. So the question now is that amendments 2 to 8 on sheet TK264 and amendments 1 and 2 on sheet TK265 circulated by the government be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the ayes have it. Division required. Ring the bells for 1 minute. No. Stop the bells. So the question now is that amendments 2 to 8 on sheet TK264 and amendments 1 and 2 on sheet TK265 circulated by the government be agreed to. The ayes shall move to the right of the chair, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator Davey as teller for the ayes and Senator Urquhart as teller for the noes. Yep. Order. There being 35 ayes and 32 noes, the matter is resolved in the affirmative. I will now deal with the amendments circulated by Senator Patrick. The question now is that amendments 1 to 6 on sheet 1171 circulated by Senator Patrick be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Minister.
Could I seek clarity, Chair, whether you said amendments 1 to 6 or 1 and 6?
1 to 6. I'll just seek Senator Patrick.
Can I ask that they be put as per the running sheet, because there are people that will vote differently in respect of each of these divisions, as I understand it.
Yep. So the question is that amendments 1 and 6 on sheet 1171 be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the ayes have it. The question now is that amendments 2 and 3 on sheet 1171 be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the ayes have it. We'll now deal with amendments 4 and 5 on sheet 1171. The question is that the amendments be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the ayes have it. Division required. Ring the bells for 1 minute. Order. Stop the bells. So the question is order. So the question is that amendments 4 and 5 on sheet 1171 be agreed to. The ayes shall move to the right of the chair, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator Urquhart as teller for the ayes and Senator Davey as teller for the noes. Order. There being 33 ayes and 34 noes, the matter is resolved in the negative. I will now deal with the amendments circulated by the Jackie Lambie Network. The question is that items 1 to 6 order. That items 1 to 6 to 15, 17 to 49 and parts 2 and 3 of Schedule 1 stand as printed. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I'm going to put that again, and I do require senators to let me know what their preference is. So that items 1 to 6 to 15, 17 to 49 and parts 2 and 3 of Schedule 1 stand as printed. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? No. I believe the ayes have it. Division required. Ring the bells for 1 minute. Stop the bells. The question is that items 1 to 6 to 15, 17 to 49 and parts 2 and 3 of Schedule 1 stand as printed. The ayes shall move to the right of the chair, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator Davey as teller for the ayes and Senator Urquhart as teller for the noes. Order. There being 34 ayes and 33 noes, the matter is resolved in the affirmative. I just remind people that Senator Lambie has withdrawn sheet 1173. Pursuant to order, I shall report the bill. The committee has considered the Social Security Administration Amendment Continuation of Cashless Welfare Card 2020 and agreed to it with amendments. The question now is that the remaining stages of the bill be agreed to and the bill be now passed. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? No. I believe the ayes have it. No. Division required. Ring the bells for 1 minute. Yes, thanks.
That could take a lot longer. Stop the bells. The question is that the remaining stages of this bill be agreed to and the bill be now passed. The ayes will pass to the right of the chair, the noes to the left of the chair. I appoint Senator Davey Teller for the ayes and Senator Urquhart Teller for the noes. Order. The result of the division is ayes 34, noes 33. The matter is resolved in the affirmative. Clerk.
A bill for an act to amend the Social Security Administration Act 1999 and for related purposes.
Pursuant to order, the Senate stands adjourned until 9:30 a.m. today.